Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Alex. I appreciate you being here today. In today's video, we're going to be going over understanding the algorithms. I want to just cover pretty much the entire algorithm as a whole. I know that multiple platforms have multiple different algorithms, but I think that there are some key fundamentals within the algorithm and just how they work as a whole that you can apply to improve the performance across all of your social media pages. So I have a document that I wrote out and I'm breaking down some key factors, like I said, those exact things that I think you can apply today, and I hope that this adds some value to you. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's dive right into this. So understanding the algorithms is crucial for any content creator looking to gain traction on their social media platforms. And like I just mentioned, every platform has its own algorithm, but there's still key fundamentals. So the table of contents for this, just to run you guys down what we're going to be talking about. We're going to go over what the algorithm wants, the importance of positive momentum, data analysis, and consistency. I wrote it there 3 times because it's that important. We'll get there in a minute. But first, what even is the algorithm? What is the algorithm? I like to call it the original AI myself because it's simply an invisible robot that ultimately determines your social media success. It's the same thing as AI now. It's an invisible robot that when you put something into it, you get an output. It's essentially the same thing when you break it down to skin and bone. So I like to coin it that way. But each platform has its own unique algorithm developed to provide you a unique experience. And you see a lot of platforms, like for example, TikTok, when they get their algorithm right, that is good for the consumer, how much it can make the platform blow up. Now that's a separate topic, but it just goes to show that although each algorithm is different, when you learn these key fundamentals, you can succeed on any platform regardless of the little things within the algorithm and all the little secrets that you would want to figure out, right? You figure that out over time as you put out content, because it's all the same thing. As the algorithms are unique, your experience is unique. The content that you put out is unique. So you need to, just like when you're surfing, you have to find the current so you can ride the wave. Trying to build on social media without understanding the algorithm is the same thing as trying to go surfing without even paying attention to the current. You're just gonna fall right in, you know? There's no way for you to really ride that wave. It's the same exact thing. But the algorithm isn't just about growth. It's that personalized experience. It's about collecting that data. That's what I meant by you learn these things through actually posting and being consistent on your page, because data is everything. The response that you get to your content is everything. You're not going to be able to figure all that out before you start putting content out. You need that feedback. You need that feedback loop. So what exactly is the algorithm searching for? So it's searching for 5 main things, essentially. And like I said, when I say the algorithm, I just mean the general umbrella of the algorithms. But this is one of the big things that I see people missing, is they don't take these into account. Now, you can dive super deep into each one of these and how you can maximize all of them, but just take this generally and apply it to your experience right now and what's working for you. So the algorithm is trying to figure out who you're trying to target and what about your content is working. Those are the 2 things it's trying to figure out. It's an invisible robot. It doesn't have the eyes or the brain, the human brain, to figure that thing out itself. You need to give it the inputs so it can understand that. You have to give it something that it likes. You need to understand what it likes. And what it likes are relevance, consistency, engagement, timing, and who you search for. That last one is something that a lot of people don't realize, but the engagement that you have on your own account, who you engage with, the accounts that you like, the accounts that you follow, will also ultimately determine your success on social media, because you're curating your explore feed. You're telling the algorithm, hey, this is what I like. This is who I am as a person. So the algorithm is going to say, okay, I want you to be associated with people similar to you. That's how it works. It's social media. It's a connecting platform. That's what they promote it as, is to connect everybody, right? So they're going to want to put you into groups with people that are similar to you. So if you're a fitness coach, for example, but you're constantly liking and engaging with stuff that has nothing to do with fitness, it's going to really confuse the algorithm as to like, okay, what do you want? You're posting fitness content, but you're engaging with something else. So that is something I really wanted to touch on, because a lot of people don't realize how important that can actually be. One more thing I wanted to add to that: when you get posts in your feed that you don't even follow the account, it just says Instagram suggested, that's why you get those. So it's super important to engage with content that is going to help the growth of your account. Follow people that are in the same niche as you, engage with their content, like, comment, build that connection with your niche. Now, the rest of these I feel are very self-explanatory, which is why I just didn't really dive too deep into them. But you always want to make sure that the content you're posting is relevant. You always want to stay consistent with it. You always want to have good engagement, and you always want to make sure that the timing that you're posting is relatively around the same time, or testing different times based on, in your insights, when your followers are most active. This is another thing. Number 2, this is something that I do not hear talked about at all, and is so important. So important. In life and in social media, this is such a key fundamental, and it's positive momentum. Positive momentum. When you can build up that momentum of constantly posting on your account, you're being consistent with it, you're putting out the same message, you're building up positive momentum within the algorithm. Because with social media success, it's kind of like a lever. You know, there's a lever, and part of it is luck. Part of it is luck. That's the thing. Is, like I said, it's an invisible robot that's just taking the inputs you give it and saying, here's your output. So there's things that you can do. Although there is some luck within that bar, there's things that you can do to get it as close as possible to that viral meter. And these are some of the things that you can do. The number 1 thing you can do is gain positive momentum. That's a general term, and there's a lot that falls under that as far as how you can do that. But the real part of it is just being consistent and actually showing the algorithm that you mean business and you mean value. So this is something that a lot of people see as one side, but they don't realize there's also another side. There's also negative momentum. Negative momentum is just as real, right? Because if you aren't posting content that shows the algorithm what you want, if you're not consistently doing that, if you're consistently engaging with accounts that have nothing to do with your platform, you're going to build up negative momentum, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to build that account back. That's why I'm not sure if you might have seen people try and revive dead accounts per se. It's so much harder to do that because you've built up so much negative momentum within the algorithm. You've shown the algorithm that you don't value it. You know, that's kind of how it's looking. Is like, all right, if you're consistent, if you're posting, you're giving me what I want, that shows me you value me. I'm going to value you. I'm going to push your account. So if you have positive momentum, you'll get more of that. If you have negative momentum, you'll see a lot less of that. That's where you see a lot of people talking about being shadow banned. It's just negative momentum. It can all be fixed, but you actually have to be willing to put in the steps to fix it and to get that positive momentum back, because it takes time. It really is. Consistency is key. I'm getting ahead of myself because that's one of the things that I want to talk about, but I just can't express enough how important consistency is. So again, these are all ways that you can increase your positive momentum: engagement, consistency, staying up to date with trending topics, and even collaborating with other people in your niche. You just want the algorithm to know that you mean business on their platform. Understanding your data. This is another thing. You need to be able to analyze the results that you're getting from the content that you're putting out. If you can't see, hey, this is exactly, all right, obviously it's easy to tell if a video has gotten 1 million views versus 10,000, which one performed better. That's common sense. But why is the question. It's not which one, it's why. And if you can't identify why that video performed better, which is understanding your data, you're not going to be able to replicate it. And like I always say, consistency plus intent equals predictable growth. And that's always the goal, is predictable growth. That's something I'm very big on. And social media is one of the hardest places to find predictable growth because it's running on algorithms that are completely random and do have a portion of luck involved in them. So it's all about just getting that lever on the lucky side for you as much as possible. There's plenty of ways that you can analyze your data. You can use tools. You can use the insights that are actually in your page if you have a business account, regardless of the platform. Most platforms offer that business profile, and within that, you usually can see the insights of your profile. So you can get really good data. That's what I was mentioning earlier, the timings that you want to post. If there's a better time for you to post, then you can see that within those specific insights. But you want to analyze this data. Here's some consistencies that you can look for to analyze that data. The time that you posted. If you're typically posting at say 2 o'clock and then you post once at 6 and that video blows up, you might want to look into, okay, maybe posting at a later day is better for me because my followers are more active in a later day. This is the way that you have to think to be able to create predictable growth on social media. The style of the post that you put out. Look at, all right, how did I edit these captions? Were they fast paced? What are every little detail? Even if it's something you didn't do intentionally, try and figure out every possible reason as to why the algorithm might have pushed it. Even down to the caption, even down to the topic of the post, even down to the feedback in the comments. Look for consistencies within that. And that's the perfect way to segue into the next one, which is consistency, consistency, consistency. You guys are probably so annoyed from me saying that so much, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's that powerful. And that's why I wrote here, it's the most important one. If you're not showing up on your prospects feed every single day, they will forget about you. There is someone putting out more content than you, and they want your clients. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen commercials that just constantly keep popping up. When I say that, think of a commercial that you constantly see popping up on your TV all the time. I'm sure that you can think of one, and you know the brand associated with that. Even if you have no need for the product, you might need it one day, and they're going to be the ones that you think about. It's the same thing. Volume is everything. Volume negates luck, and you want predictable growth. So making sure that you have the highest possible volume for the content that you're putting out is crucial. Absolutely crucial. Combining that with consistently putting it out, predictable growth. It all becomes predictable. And when it becomes predictable, it's so much easier to scale and 10x your audience, 20x your audience. I'm telling you, consistency and volume are the key. All right, I'm gonna let that sit in for a minute. Here's a bonus for you guys too. Whenever you're posting something on the Reels and you get people that are engaging with it, even if they just comment an emoji, always ask a question. Always reply with a question. Say, hey, what did you think about this? What was your opinion on that? How did you feel about this? Just ask a question, because that entices them to reply again, and it boosts your engagement. And there's so many other small ways that you can do that too. I'm sure that you might have seen, sometimes you've been watching a video with captions on it, and then one of the words in the captions is spelt wrong. That's probably intentional to get you to comment, ha ha ha, look, they spelt this wrong. And in reality, it was intentional to get your comment. So there's so many ways that you can do this, but consistency and being able to have volume in every aspect of your profile is going to help you grow so much more. It's going to play into that positive momentum so much more. Every single day you have the opportunity to build positive momentum, and building a loyal following through consistent content and engagement is the way to go. So leveraging these algorithm fundamentals can really help you achieve my favorite thing, which is predictable organic growth on social media. Specifically, by optimizing your profiles, creating a systemized content strategy, understanding your data, and maintaining consistency, you can build a strong social media presence. I have another video coming out about optimizing your social media platform, if it's not out already. So make sure that you check that out, because it'll give you a really good breakdown on how you can right now optimize your profile to achieve the absolute maximum growth out of your page. So I really appreciate you for tuning in, as always. If you guys would like more value, join my Facebook group. It's completely free, and within that I have something called the Audience Growth Catalyst, which is an ebook that I dumped a bunch of knowledge into to help you grow your account, help you achieve predictable growth, as well as monetize it. It's in there. It's free. As soon as you join, I'll have it sent over to you personally. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see you in the next one, and hope you have a great day.